with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. Just a glamour life, you still not a player. You ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Used to keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping. See you at the crossroads.
Money over on my headstone. Here lies him getting paid for. Never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, he already lived. It was written in the children's story. Their life's a so what you want? Every day I struggle with it. Only God could tell me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Second down, Prescott. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now Prescott. And he finds Julius Thomas. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A first down carry by Elliott. Finding room inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Prescott. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaking up down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll give to Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rush. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Terrence Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Gets around him. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Now, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. They'll run it with Jones.
This is where you need to rely on your offensive line, and you tell the person carrying the football, no dilly-dallying around, no trying to hit the home run. Just hit the hole hard and get in there for a first down.
go play action here on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And now running right through it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Oh, they hate that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one goes for 24 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
The first carry here for Jmac91272's. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go now. Ready.
They'll run. It's Rodgers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive.
And Catanzero's kick is right through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. The give is to Elliott. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Prescott now from the 50. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On the counter, Elliott, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Prescott down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Prescott. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And able to work his way down to the 16. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? Running with Elliott. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Rodgers. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Right back to him on 1st down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. Jameis to throw it. And Brate has it over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
On third down, that's Rodgers. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're indeed going. It's Winston. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. And out now come the Cowboys. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit. They're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw is Prescott. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10.
Ready. Black, 22.
Following the interception, Winston. He's going to launch this thing way down and got his man complete. A big play there just before halftime. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the ground, Rodgers. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Again, it's Jones. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Bucs on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Winston. He's got Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Winston now to throw on first down. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
On second down, it's Jones. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. They'll run it here. This is Rodgers. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with it.
To throw is Winston. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Winston. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. Winston to his big play receiver, Jackson. 47 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They go back to the ground with Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Winston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a Dickley swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Back now here on EA Sports. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll try to run some clock now with Elliott. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Prescott to throw it. And that's caught by Beasley. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. give to Elliott running left. Gets past one man. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Here's Elliott. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. First down, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Prescott now on 2nd down. And now he'll tuck it and run. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
They come out here in the eye. On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Dak Prescott, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Bailey now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. He'll look to throw. Evans has it left side. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27. Back to throw. Over the middle to Evans. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Bucs on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Ready, blue lady. Green, triple C. Sonic. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep, and this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
So a big play coming now for the Bucs as they'll go for 2. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Sonic. Hey, pull down, pull down. Hey, sub. Let's go. Right there. 54 fight. Hey, sub. Let's go. Green, triple C.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And the Cowboys are going to secure the football, and with it, they'll just about secure the victory as well. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Dallas, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, the loss here is their 10th of the season. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long